All right. So we are live, all of 6 seconds here. I know we've discussed bone broth before, but somebody requested it. And so I'm like, all right, we'll do it again. Um, it's important, especially this time of year. Everybody's starting to get sick. It's great to have it on your shelf.
Oh, sorry. Advertise.
Ah, so it's great to have it on your shelf in cold and flu season. Um, I know it's already hitting in this area. I know someone that was out for the whole weekend with it. So having that to kind of revive yourself after that is really important. It's great to have on your shelves to make soups. I make a lot of soup this time of year. In fact, tonight for dinner we had cheesy chicken and potato, or not cheesy chicken, cheesy potato soup. Becca made it and it was really good. She made a great big pot of it, and her secret ingredient was a small can of Rotel. And you could not tell it was in that soup, but it just gave it another layer of flavor. It was so good. Oh, so good.
I use bone broth for basically stock, whether it's chicken bone broth or beef bone broth. It just gets canned up and it
Yeah.
sits on my shelf. And instead of running to the store and buying a box of whatever's in the box,
Yeah.
honey, go grab me a quart of beef broth. Okay. You
And
want
it's
me to you want me
become
to shake it up and get all that other stuff up in there, or do you want to use it clear because it settles with the you get that when you pressure cook it.
it it's become so popular now because it's so healthy. Like you can find it, but they charge more for it now. And
Of course,
used to be I could get beef bones free. I just go to the butcher and say, "Hey, I need some beef bones," and the processor, and they'd be like, "Here's a whole bag. Carry them away so we don't have to throw them in the dumpster." And now it's like, I can't afford to buy those. Whoa, wait a minute. What happened to that price? Free was my favorite price. Um,
free or cheap. Yeah,
yeah. Uh, I do make venison bone broth, so that's coming up soon here, hopefully. Um,
I've never had that.
it's just like beef, really. I mean, it tastes like venison, but it's beef. It's
Yeah,
like beef. You throw some Worcestershire sauce in it, it tastes like beef. Um, and it's good for you. And when my mother, when my family gets done processing a deer, there's only a couple things left: the hooves and the squeak. Everything else has been used for something, and I have now found a use for the hooves. So, so there is that.
do,
Um,
do we want to know what the use is for the hooves? Probably
yes, you do. Did you know that they use them for jingles on special dresses in the Native American culture?
not.
So
No,
there
like a
you
lucky rabbit's foot, except the rabbit wasn't so lucky. Same with the deer
well,
hoof.
yeah. Well, they make a noise when you dance.
Hmm,
So rather than throw them out, I will make sure they get to somebody who can use them in that craft. Because,
cool.
I don't like to see anything go to waste if at all possible.
Like clackers.
Yes, exactly. Kind of, yeah. Um, they call them jingles, but
Yeah. Hey, angels, welcome in.
hey, hello. But bone broth is really nutritious. It's so full of collagen. I know a lot of people have been um, having ill effects of that plague that went through with their hair. Collagen is great for skin, hair, nails. So they say. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a pharmacist. I'm not I am a licensed medical professional, but not in that field. Um,
I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
yeah. So you know there is that. A lot of people, especially weightlifters, are um getting into collagen products, and a lot of their products are full of collagen. The bone broth has become so popular. I'll get your question in just a second. I see it, Angels, that they now sell it freeze dried in um, drink mixes,
Oh yeah.
like Gatorade, like the powdered Gatorade. They sell it powdered, like just like that. Um, So yeah, I mean, it is become the one of those superfoods. So Angel's Homestead asks, can I simmer it down to a syrupy consistency? Yes, you can. You can condense it. You can make a condensed broth,
Well, it's
and then
basically called demi glaze at that point.
yes, at our house we call that gravy, but
Yeah.
a wheat
The fun,
gravy.
the
It's
fun
not
thing is,
gravy.
and this always cracks me up, and my wife and my kids. I make bone broth. I say, go get me a jar of bone broth. You bring it up, it's liquid. I mean, it's liquidy, it's watery, it's broth because it's it's under vacuum. And pop the lid off, use half of it, put the lid back on, throw it in the fridge, turns to jelly.
Jelly. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Then you know you've extracted all the collagen out of it.
Oh yeah. Well, as much as a lot of it, enough
Yeah.
to do that.
Out of the bones anyway.
Yep.
Um so yeah, you can cook it down as thick as you want. Just don't burn it. You have to do it on a low simmer so it'll take quite a bit of time. But yeah, you can do that. My mom would do that and then she'd put flour in it and make gravy out of it after we open the jar. Um so yeah, I keep a lot of it. I mean, gravy is a staple at our house. You'd think it's as important as ranch and ketchup at our house.
How do you make yours?
I take and mash like
No,
if
the
I
bone.
have like
How do you make bone? How do you make bone broth?
oh
What's your
bone
process?
broth. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant gravy.
No.
Um
Sorry.
I like to put my bones actually in the pressure cooker with vegetables, carrots, celery, onions, that kind of stuff. Maybe some herbs and spices, some parsley. I like to use the leaves of the celery as well as the stalks, and I pressure cook it. I
Right.
know a lot of people roast it in their roaster and brown the bones that way,
That's what I
and
do.
that's really good too. But I am all about the time savings. I don't know if it saves a lot of time because then you got to clean your pressure canner before you can can it. But and then I run it through a metal sieve or a colander, something to get all the um,
The little micro.
solids back out.
Yep.
Some of the solids I blend back up and put back in. Just depends on how well they look. If they look like they pretty much leached all if they're, the celery is now like almost white, I'm not going to throw it back in.
No.
But if they're still looking pretty green, I might run some of the vegetables through a blender and throw that back in my broth. Um, because I use it like when we're not feeling well and can't eat anything in this, coming cold and flu season, then I will use it like a drink, like a shake kind of thing. Only it's not a shake, but you know what I mean. I'll just heat it up and um give it to it's the ill and infirmed in my house. So it's a way to
Yep.
get some vegetables in.
I'll go down to the butcher and get my bones. Unless a friend of mine, he gave me a bunch a while back. I had to cut them up myself. That was a pain because I have a stainless steel blade for my reciprocating Milwaukee saw.
Mhm.
It worked. It was messy. I had to do it outside and sanitize the crap out of my sawzall when I was done because of the splatters. But I'll get the butcher to cut them up if I get like a lot of femurs, which is usually what I get. Femurs and ribs.
About 3 inches
Them,
long.
yep. I'll have them cut them up into like 1.5 to 2 inch pieces. I'm not critical about the size, just small. I'll bring them home and I lay them out on trays and I throw them in the oven and I'll brown them. And it's fun because I'll brown it and it's like, okay, they're brown. I'll pull them out and they're not that brown.
Yep.
You'll literally put them in there. You got to flip them once or twice. You get a lot of grease comes out of them, which is the tallow. I keep that. And I'll let them brown until they look like they're almost burned, but they're not. And then I throw them in the pot. Usually I just do the bones separate. I do them by themselves. I just add a lot of water to it. And I'll throw it in one of my pressure canners for probably 2 hours. Just let them go. I just bring them up to like 10, 12 psi. I wait till the jiggler jiggles at 10 psi or 10 pounds. And then I just let it go. I just keep an eye on it so it doesn't get too hot, too cold. It's not like you have to restart it. You just keep it boiling. and they come out. Yep, I'll let it cool down, pull the bones out. They go in a big bowl. I used to give them to the dogs because at that point they're soft
Yeah.
and fairly soft. But my dog now can't do that, so whatever. They'll go in a mulch pile because it's when animals expire in the forest, yeah, the bones just disappear into the ground. So when if they're cooked, they disappear quicker. But anyway, I'll do all that. I strain it. I strain through a strainer, and then I have like I hate to say it's like a medical grade cheesecloth. They're these wipes that are sterile. My wife gets, and they're super fine. I strain everything, and it takes out like 99% of all the solids and stuff. And I put that into another pot. I bring it back to. I just get it hot again, jar it up, throw it in my clean pressure canner, and run it for meat times. And I got quarts, pints, whatever of beef broth. That's to say, mine's usually it has a nice golden, either a light golden or a dark golden brown color to it because I love to roast the bones. It just gives it a whole nother flavor. But you still get all the stuff. But after I pull all the bones out, I will strain it out, and everything that gets strained out, the grease, I let it float to the top. I'll pull all the tallow off. That goes in another pot just to make sure I got no moisture left in there. I just jar that up. And I got jars of tallow everywhere. It's great.
Yes, it's great for making savory pie crusts. Or,
oh, yeah. Are you kidding? I make onion rings and French fries in it. It's great.
Ooh, yeah. That too. Frying, yes. Yes, Dave Knight. It is definitely soup season. Angel's Homestead says for extra collagen, I use chicken feet, air to ground. Yeah, chicken feet are great for collagen as well. Yeah, not a big chicken feet fan, just because there's so much work. I admire the fact that you will take the time to do that. That is probably one thing I do waste because it is too much work for me.
Yeah, when I make chicken bone broth, I just buy I'll order from one of the butchers just chicken backs and necks. That's it.
Yeah.
The necks have a lot of collagen in them. They're loaded.
Yes. Not a lot of meat. What I do is we get a lot of rotisserie chickens just because they're cheap. Like I can buy a rotisserie chicken was cooked and then refrigerated for $3 here.
Wow.
I can't buy a chicken for $3.
No. Now I do understand some stores there's seasonings and other things possibly injected into the chickens to plump them up. And there is that. So that's I
just save all the carcasses and I boil those down.
Oh yeah, that's what we do.
So any carcasses from any of the chickens that I cook or rotisserie chickens that I buy, I save it because I mean that's frugal. That's money. I don't want to throw that money away. So I use a lot of that. So, it's a cheap way for me to do it.
Oh, it's great. If I got to go to the Sam's or whatever, my wife goes and it's like, yeah, we're good. Let's get a chicken. Okay. We get 2.
Yeah.
The first one gets eaten that night. Not the whole thing, but between the two of us, we eat what we want.
And I can eat a whole rotisserie chicken by myself. I love those things. Oh my gosh.
But later on, when it's cooled down, I strip all the meat off all the bones. That goes in a glass Tupperware, whatever container, and packed in the fridge in large, small pieces, whatever. And then all the bones go in a pot, or they go in the fridge. Next day, they go in a pot, top it with water, throw in just onions, carrots, celery, whatever. And I'll make soup stock out of it, strain it all out. And I'll make I get about a gallon of total soup. That's with everything added back to it. So we got chicken vegetable soup and throw some noodles in there, whatever, and for a few more days, and we're good.
Yeah.
Use it up. It just tastes really. I can't believe people. Uncle Richard, he was at the cabin with me. He might actually be on right now if he got the notification. But I taught him because he's like, oh yeah, we got rotisserie chickens all the time. I was like, what do you do with the bones? He's like, throw them out. Why? I was like, what? And I talked to him. He's like, oh crap. So he started saving all the bones. Like he'll just do one chicken. He'll just make a quart and a half of broth, and then Yeah, it only has to boil for an hour or so, or
Yeah.
simmer. And he strains it all out, puts it back in a pot, throws in whatever he wants in there, and he's got soup for lunch for 2 days.
I've done a video on this, but my great grandma's noodles. So I will take rotisserie chicken like that. I'll simmer it, take most of the meat off, and then I'll simmer the bones and make soup with the dark meat.
Mm-hmm.
A broth with a lot of meat, a meaty broth.
Yeah.
And then I will make homemade noodles. It is my signature dish, but it was my great grandmother's recipe.
I haven't made homemade noodles since I was 19 years old.
Well, it's a cup of flour to every egg and half an eggshell of heavy cream. Pinch of salt.
Okay.
Half an eggshell of heavy cream.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I got the pasta roller machine. I gave it to my mom for Christmas, probably in 1982. She used it once. I used it twice. I still have it.
I have had 2 of those, and there's some things that they could make that I kind of think, oh, I could make it. And then I made them, and I had to clean that thing, and I know why it was at the garage sale, and off it went again to the next garage sale. And then I'm like, oh, I really want to make this specialty noodle. Let me try this new version of a pasta machine. Yeah, no. I will if I can't make it by hand. I guess I will never have spaghetti.
I have the one that mounts to the front of my KitchenAid mixer. On the power. That one seems to work good. And it's the whole thing. It comes apart. Just throw in a dishwasher. It's all stainless.
Yeah, I like the stainless steel KitchenAid appliances. So, interjecting here. Side note: I have a new sponsor. It is Vegeta. They are metal raised beds for gardening. And I will have a discount code. I did a video today. I don't know if anybody's seen it because I posted it really late, but I had to get it out. I was supposed to post it in October, but I didn't get the raised bed in time to do the October video. And I set it up yesterday. I think I'm going to redo the configuration, though. It is 8 foot long, 17 inches high, and 2 feet wide.
Oh, perfect.
Well, not in Michigan, because I really think that everything that I put in there will freeze because it doesn't have enough area around it to protect it from the frost being raised like that. So I think I'm going to do it as a square bed. So I'm going to go back, take it apart, reconfigure it. But there's like 6 different configurations I can make.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even at any raised bed, it's susceptible to freezing, period. Yeah. So unless you live in like Florida or in a zone, zone 8, 9, whatever it is down there. But up here, no, I wouldn't. I don't try to winter over anything in my raised beds unless it's my raised beds for my herbs. Oh yeah, my oregano seeds itself every year. Mm-hmm. So I got oregano taking over. I got chives taking over my entire garden patio.
my asparagus does really well in a raised bed, but it's a 4 foot by 8 foot raised bed.
Oh, okay.
So, and it's only raised up like a foot, so most of it is underground.
Right.
Oh, you like the hexagon? I don't know if I have the corners to do the hexagon one. I'll have to look. I didn't get corners. I just got curves and straights. So, and it's a gorgeous. It's a methylene blue color, which happens to be the color of my little bench in the garden too. And so it's just gorgeous. They have them in a whole bunch of colors, different colors. But yeah. Back to bone broth. Sorry. Side note. Thank you for letting me get off the topic for a minute.
The cows have to eat vegetables, which we eat as meat, and take the bones and make the broth. So you're kind of on track there.
Kind of on track, vegetarian there for a minute. On that topic, side note, in my refrigerator is a 1 gallon ice cream plastic bucket, and every single mushroom stem, the cutoffs of vegetables, the onion skins. I know you don't like onion skins, but maybe the inner onion skins, not the exterior.
Yeah, the inner piece. I save those. Yeah. I mean, I throw them in my mulch pile.
Yeah. Anything like that, the tops off carrots, You can use potato peels, but not too many because potato peels make it turn black. But you can make a vegetable broth, or you can add that to your bone broth when you're cooking it, simmering
Eh,
it down, and strain it all out. And it helps enrich your broth with more vitamins and minerals and vegetable properties. And I do that quite a bit. I will save that in my freezer, and then I will throw it into the soup pan, or I will get a full pan. I will make it into vegetable broth. And then when I make rice, I just use the vegetable broth to cook my rice, so my rice isn't bland.
Have you ever made rice using chicken broth or beef broth to cook it?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
I hardly ever use water to cook rice anymore
right.
because it soaks it up. So whatever it's soaking up more nutrients. It makes it more nutritious. So
Makes it taste better too.
yes, it does. Yes, it does. And then my son dumps a bottle of soy sauce on it, and I wonder why I bothered to do that.
I do that usually when I make my own fried rice, but that's different.
We eat a lot of fried rice. We probably have fried rice twice a month. It's cheap. It's economical.
Eh,
It's another way to use up the leftover rotisserie chicken. If there's not a lot of leftover rotisserie chicken at my house. I really,
chicken
when I
fried rice,
decide,
beef fried rice, leftover, whatever you got, fried rice, shrimp fried rice, you name it.
yeah, no shrimp fried rice at my house. No, 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 no.
Whatever.
I don't want
You
to
put
die.
do you put eggs in your fried rice? I do.
Oh yes, definitely, definitely. At the last minute, scramble an egg in there. Yep, 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 yep. And I, not above using frozen vegetables, a package of mixed frozen vegetables from the grocery store. That's all I
I
have.
don't use I just use the I don't use corn. I use peas. I'll use frozen, never canned.
Mhm. Yeah,
But then yeah, I always throw in like fresh carrots, onions, and then if I got pork, whatever, like a
yeah,
bunch of pork chops that I don't have enough for a whole meal. Yep, I'll dice them up small and toss them in there and get them all sauteing and dump the rice in there and start flipping it and add my soy sauce and whatever other ginger and seasonings I want in there and fried rice, pack it up, take it to
yeah.
work. Well, my work is 12 feet from the kitchen now. So,
There you go. Not too far to travel. Angel's Homestead says I use leeks a lot, so I put leeks in my bone broth. Yes,
mhm.
yeah, and that's great to do. I wish people at my house liked leeks more. I'm the only one that like leeks, so we don't eat them enough here. I absolutely love watching them grow. Have you ever watched those garden shows from England? And they've got these most beautiful leeks, and every time they have them, I'm like, I want to grow those. And then I'm like, where? Where am I going to put them?
Yeah, you need nice sandy drainage
Yes.
soil. And yeah, you got to make your own
Yeah.
special dirt just for that in one of your grow boxes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've got a lot. My garden is getting a huge major overhaul. I'm going to hopefully get the fence up, hopefully get the greenhouse finished. But yeah, I really need to get the fence up so that the critters stay out of the garden at the cabin. So that is my goal. Angel, I tried it and it flopped. Yeah, they look so beautiful over there in England, and they all grow them and they all make it look so easy. And then I'm like, yeah, that would not work here.
I think they go to the store, buy them, and stick them in the dirt, make it look good.
No, because I watched this one guy, and he like literally shows you every week their progress in the greenhouse
Hmm.
before he pots them out in his allotment. That's my goal, is to have a nice, cute little allotment garden style garden where everything,
Allotment, like to give
yes,
away.
where everything's crammed in. You have narrow paths, everything's crammed in, and they have beautiful stone paths or brick paths and um configurations of different raised beds. We'll see if that happens. Probably not, but that would kind of what I'm trying to do. So,
You have to hang those signs overhead on each row, then like a shopping, like a grocery store. You know, all the different vegetable names on this aisle, all the other vegetable names on this aisle, and all the root vegetables on this aisle. Just
yeah,
bring your shopping cart and roll along and pick your dinner and go home and eat it. 12 feet away.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Okay, pick it all, can it, because it's all going to freeze 3 weeks later. Gotcha.
Yeah, in Michigan, yeah, it is. Well, we've had hard freeze. We've not a hard freeze, but it's got down to 27. So
Mm.
yeah, I can now see my breath in the cabin when I wake up in the morning.
All right, you staying in the cabin already?
No, the camper, not in the cabin yet.
Oh, okay. Let's say you got your stove in there, but
I
you got
say
other things.
cabin and camper. It's the whole place,
It's the
the
compound.
property,
Yeah.
the property. Yes. So that's what I'm doing. So, oh,
So what I
but
did, I think I told you I did chicken bone broth,
mhm.
and this one I had both dogs, and they didn't have diet restrictions and issues. So all the necks and backs, a lot of them. I probably had like 30 pounds of them. Loaded up the big canner. I roasted them a little bit, not a lot, just cooked them down a fair amount. Threw them in there, made my chicken bone broth, strained it all out. When it was done, I added water back to the pot, put the lid back on, pressure cooked them for another hour or so, pulled them out. The bones, especially the neck bones, they just turned to mush.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
well, what I did, I used that. I slurried it up. I just stirred it up with a spoon. Everything was all busted up for the most part. And I threw them in pint jars. And I canned it. It wasn't super thick, but it was pretty thick. Canned in pint jars. I still have some on a shelf downstairs. And I would open up a pint of that and split it between the two dogs. And oh my God, they were like, they couldn't, they knew if I was going downstairs, I'd come up, let them smell the jar. And man, they just went running around in circles like, come on, Dad, come on, feed me. And I just mixed that in with whatever kibble they were getting. They would kill it. And they loved it. It was great. Now my German Shepherd can't eat. He can he eat chicken? No, he can only eat hydrolyzed beef protein, whatever. He's got issues. And he's getting on a few. But now I got all these jars of chicken dog food downstairs that they're not going to go bad. So I guess if I get another dog here in a year or two, they'll probably still be fine. Let them have some of that, or her, or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it keeps for a very long time on the shelf.
I don't let anything go to. I mean, if it's edible and has a lot of calcium in it that the dogs need for their bones, especially shepherds, oh heck yeah. I did that. I'm like, nope, nothing. There was like literally nothing went in the trash. And I don't throw bay leaves and stuff in there. It's just chicken and water, chicken bones and water. I didn't add anything else to it. I'll add that later if I'm making like a soup or something.
Now, a lot of times I will add poultry seasoning to my chicken things, but when I'm canning, I do not add anything with sage, and there's a lot of sage in poultry seasoning.
Mm-hmm.
So I wait and add the poultry seasoning after I open my bone broth, my chicken stock. I don't use any poultry seasoning in it just because of the sage. I don't like that bitter taste. It turns so bitter.
Yeah. That's great to have chicken bone broth when you're making stuffing with your turkey. You don't want to use all your turkey broth from the roasted turkey because that's your gravy. Just go
Yeah.
grab a chicken stock and throw that in your stuffing mix, whatever you're making, and there you go. And nobody knows it. Throw a little extra sage and poultry seasoning in there, and it tastes like turkey. So
And I would always, when I had the big family, when I had 5 kids at home, I would always do a turkey the week before Thanksgiving to can. I would can one. Then I would have the bones that I could make the turkey stock. So I had turkey stock for Thanksgiving.
yeah, that's what we'll do. That I'll cook a turkey off. Wife will go out and pick up a couple because you can buy turkey necks and backs and bones. She would buy those. I'd just roast them up and I'd make the gravy a day or two ahead of time, and I'm good to go. And then, of course, whatever juices are left in my giant roasting pan.
Right.
Yeah, we'll add some of that to it too, just to add, today's turkey to the turkey gravy.
Yeah.
And the rest of it, nope, right in the soup pot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I always make turkey and wild rice soup after Thanksgiving.
I was never a fan of wild rice. Is okay. I never put it in a soup though.
I really like it. It just kind of changes everything up a little bit. So like if you're having turkey right after Thanksging Thanksgiving leftovers. I just
Right.
find it's really nice to add it in. And I guess probably because I live here in Michigan and we have a lot of people that's important to.
Yeah.
So
Well, I got Uncle Richard's coming over my place for Thanksgiving. Wife's working half a day, and he has nowhere to go. So I was like, "You're coming here this year."
yeah.
So we're doing that, and he's like, "What do we?" He's like, "Well, do I need to bring us?" It's like, "No," because when I make mashed potatoes for Thanksgiving, it's just the two of us.
Mhm.
But I make mashed potatoes. No, I do about 15 pounds of potatoes.
Yep.
I peel them all. The skins usually just go out in the mulch pile, but I'll make the mashed potatoes the way I like it, and then I'll pull out whatever we're going to eat for the next few days plus Thursday, and the rest get turned into whatever I want with cheese and bacon and stuff, and then I freeze dry it and I get my potato. If I'm going to cook it, I'm going to cook it. Go big or go
So,
home.
hmm.
Really? Oh, must be that time.
It's the time change is killing me. Oh, I hate time change. So there's two things you can do with the potato peelings besides throw them out. You can deep fry them for deep fried potato skins because
Oh
they
yeah.
have a lot. They have a lot of the vitamins are right
Yep.
there under the skins. Now this is kind of. I mean, you have to be really well washed, and I've tried this, and it is one of those starvation foods. But in World War I and World War II, especially in Europe, they would boil the potato peels to make a potato broth, and it turns black, like totally black. That's why I said like you can throw some potato peelings in your bone broth, but it will turn the whole thing black. Um, but if you were starving, you could actually boil those potato peels and make a soup out of the potatoes peels.
Sure. Black
Um,
potato soup, whatever.
yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's appetizing by any means, but it is healthy and it would fill your belly.
Yeah. Well, if I use red bliss potatoes or new potatoes for mashed potatoes, I don't peel them. They get all peels and all. I don't care.
We do
Russets,
half and half.
yeah.
Yeah, we do half and half with those.
I like
My friend who's a professional chef taught me that. He's like he would always make instant mashed potatoes and then throw in um, the
couple red.
cooked red potatoes with the
Yep.
skins on, and everybody thought they were the best red skin potato mashed potatoes in the world, and
No idea.
they really weren't even all homemade. But it was a great recipe. A little butter on there. Oh,
Yeah, I like red bliss mashed potatoes because I like the gluiness of them.
mm-hmm.
They're shiny
Yeah.
and gluey, but
Yes.
no, that's not for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I also like my mashed potatoes fluffy and white. So, or with cheese and bacon and scallions and stuff in there. And yeah, so when I make my mashed potatoes, if I'm making say 15 pounds, or say I'm making 5 pounds, yes, I do everything in large quantity. I will for 5 pounds, I will get a whole head of garlic, peel it, but throw them in whole while they're boiling. And then because they soften right up, and I strain it all, get all the water out of there, and I mash them right in. You kind of don't really taste it, but you sort of do. It just adds a whole background flavor in there on the mashed potatoes. If you throw just fresh garlic in the water when you're boiling it, don't throw them out. Just mash them in there and they disappear. And I throw my butter, sour cream, milk, half and half, whatever I got laying around for a dairy product in there, and mash it up.
If you're making mashed potatoes to freeze, you can use cream cheese as the dairy product. Butter
Oh,
and
yeah.
cream cheese,
Done
and
that.
then they freeze really well. I would do that for Thanksgiving. I would make ahead mashed potatoes with cream cheese, and freeze them in a casserole dish, and then bring it out and bake it right before serving, and it worked out really well.
Mashed potatoes, when you freeze them, they get grainy.
Yeah, but if you add cream cheese, they don't.
Mm-hmm.
That's I don't know why, because other dairy doesn't do that for it, but cream cheese makes them stay creamy. Well,
I freeze mine, but they get freeze dried after that, so I can just add water and have mashed potatoes. But that's me.
I have to get up super, super early in the morning. So I am going to cut tonight's live short here at the halfway point.
Alrighty.
Because
You
as
start
you can
you starting
tell,
at Amazon
I am
tomorrow?
not doing well with the time change, and I have to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning to get to
Oh,
work.
come on. I love the time change. I can watch the sunset while I'm eating lunch.
Basically, yes. I watched the sun set at 5:30 tonight, and I'm like, the moon is up, and it's 5:30 tonight. Why is the moon up? It's not,
Yeah.
this is it only changed an hour, and it was 7 o'clock was when it was getting dark, and now 5:30 it's dusk dark, and the moon was up and glowing. I took a picture of it. Actually, I took a little video. I'll post it tomorrow. But yeah, I was like, what in the heck is going on?
There is no need for this anymore. That's another
Yeah.
topic, but no need for it. It came out in what, the 70s, because the oil crunch, and they wanted people to have daylight while they're working and blah blah blah. It doesn't matter. There's no need for it, but nobody will. Trump said he was going to repeal it, never did.
He's trying to. I hear there's another thing a bill coming forward to suspend it until Congress can abolish it or something. And I'm like, why is I thought the states had to do it. I didn't think it had anything to do with the
There's a couple
federal.
counties in states that just said, hell no, we're not doing it. And they don't. Never did. So anyway.
Yeah. So I'm going to say goodnight, everyone. Thank you. Hope this helped with this topic. And I will see you next week. If you have any suggestions for topics, send me an email, rebelcanners@gmail.com. And I'll be happy to do a Monday night on it. Sorry, this one's a little short, but I am like struggling to stay awake here. So we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Well, everybody have a